up is controlled by the Camden-Rockland team. Jamie Weir. And they've gone into man. Matt Cook outside with Webster on him. Now to Staples. Staples stops. Now he goes up to Geisler. Geisler working on Rassi. Now he goes in, floats it, puts it in.
Nice move that time. Geisler right out of the blocks. Received the ball on the three-point line. Nice power dribble into the lane by Rassi for the 2.
Dorian LeBlanc will handle the ball. Staples will stay with him as Camden-Rockland in a man. Pulls over his head inside to Rassi. Rassi turns. He's there, puts it in.
Nice interior pass, and Kenny Rassi converts it. Nice power step along the baseline, up and in.
Matt Cook now for Camden-Rockland brings down to Gilbert. Gilbert on the left side. Now Weir. Now it goes to Cook. Fake starts to go in. There he is in the Giant land. He hits it.
Right in the land of the Giants, and he's over the tallest Giant, Ken Rassi.
So first 2 shots by Camden-Rockland, they connect for 2 to score.
This is what they have to do. They've got to make sure their shooting percentage is up.
LeBlanc now looks for help, gives off to Baxter, John Bapst. He starts to work to the left side, now looking inside, loops it into Rassi. Rassi is there, back to Webster, back to Rassi, underneath, and they're going to call a foul on Jamie Weir.
Jamie Weir is looking for the travel, so is Jeff Hart. Looking for the travel on Rassi, but Roger Shaw saw otherwise and whistled the foul on Jamie. Number 42 for Camden-Rockland. Looks like they're going to zone up on inbounds underneath the basket, the Windjammers.
LeBlanc gets the ball outside. He's at the top. To the right side to Webster. Webster for the 3. It's up, it's no good. Rebound comes back. Picked off by Cook, stolen by LeBlanc. Dorian comes back with it to the foul line. Stops, now it goes to Webster. Webster inside to Rassi. Rassi turns, and they're going to call an offensive foul with the elbow.
That's what they were looking for the first time, was that particular call. Weir bellied right up, and Rassi turned around and got him with the arm, and he's called for the player control foul. So Rassi gets a quick one here in the first period.
That's anyone over 6'5". Matt Cook to the right side to Staples. Staples now the top to Weir. Back to Cook. The Camden-Rockland Windjammers now goes to Staples. Staples looking for help. The right side to Jamie Weir. Weir starts to move it at the top to Gilbert. Left side goes to Cook. Cook back to the top to Geisler. Geisler starts partway in. Nice pass inside to bang, bang, bang. Gilbert. There.
Gilbert, right, number 30, Gilbert. Nice pass that time by Geisler. They collapsed on Geisler on the penetration, and he found Gilbert down on the baseline.
Baxter with the ball for John Bapst. Holds over his head. Got it closely by Cook. He starts in the lane, and he's hammered.
Sandwiched between Gilbert and Geisler. Take your pick on that one, Joe.
I think it was Gilbert. As Bob Simblick in his brain trust. He didn't like that foul that was committed on Rassi, but that's what they've got to do. They've got to get Rassi in some kind of a foul trouble early.
Right. They are starting with Geisler behind him, but Jamie Weir is getting all kinds of help on the backside with Geisler, and he picked up a first foul.
Shot up and missed by Baxter. Baxter, the only junior in the starting 5 for the John Bapst Crusaders, as Murray, LeBlanc, Rassi, and Webster are all seniors.
Well-balanced team, John Bapst.
Foul shot is up, and it's no good. Misses 2. Goes to the corner. Murray chases it down, and it goes out of bounds.
Good hustle play.
Camden-Rockland's wall.
Good hustle play by Jamie Weir. Went right after it. Jason Webster almost got a piece of that rebound, just knocked it a little too wide.
As Cook comes down with it, starts to the left, turns. Now gives to Geisler. Geisler with Rassi. He starts now back to Cook. He fakes it, pump, and calling for traveling.
Interesting matchup we have. Rassi is taking Geisler, which is pretty much a natural matchup, but you have Webster, who's 6'8", guarding Cook, who is about 5'10", outside, and that goes to show that they have a lot of respect for that outside shooting of the Camden-Rockland.
LeBlanc turns now, goes to Rassi. Foul line extended to the right. Now the top to Webster. Holds over his head, back to Rassi. 6-2 the score. Camden-Rockland leading. Murray has the ball knocked, well, not Murray, but Webster has the ball knocked away again by Weir. And Camden-Rockland comes down the other way. Cook to the right side of Staples now. Inside to Geisler. A lot of traffic. Cook fakes now. Back to Geisler. Geisler in a lot of traffic. Puts it up, no good. A rebound strong by Rassi.
Looking for a foul was Camden-Rockland at that time.
Dorian LeBlanc for the John Bapst Crusaders. Trailing 6-2. Rassi, foul line extended to the right. And takes the one dribble and calling for travel.
Nice play that time by Camden-Rockland to force Rassy away from the basket, force him to put it on the floor, and he commits a traveling violation.
So Camden-Rockland doing it quite well here in the first quarter. 4:40 remaining, 6-2 the score. They haven't really given the ball on the left side to Gilbert, who's their three-point shooter. Now Geisler way outside. Geisler wants to work now. He gives the ball, they're going to call another foul on Rassy.
Rassy, right.
And that's what they wanted to do.
Exactly right. He got the ball. He came from the baseline side way out to the top to receive the pass, and then he was going to take it to the basket, and he did. And Rassy commits his second foul.
And there's no more height on that bench to come in for him. Jamie Ware will put it in play, looks for help now. Now it bounces, goes to Gilbert. Outside of Staples, he's a pretty good shooter too. He goes right to the hole, puts it up, and he's hammered.
Hot foul that time.
Webster, I think, was off balance, and he really put him to the floor.
Right, I think he was a little bit deceptive. Here it is right here. Here comes Webster, and he just can't hold himself back as he flung his body into number 24 for Camden-Rockland, Corey Staples, going to the line for two.
So the foul shot is up and good. Jeff Hart has done his homework with his brain trust, along with Coach Cook, to how to beat this John Bapst team, who hasn't been beaten yet on the season. In season games, anyway. An exhibition they had, Bob.
Yeah, they did.
Old Town took him to task. Dorian LeBlanc now with the ball to the right side to Murray. Murray starts in, and they're going to call a foul on Geisler.
Geisler. By referee Mike Cody underneath the basket.
4:10 remaining, 7-2 the score. So that's only the first on Geisler. No subs have come in as yet.
Okay, Table wanted to know a confirmation on the foul and got it. And now they're going back into their zone, wanting an out-of-bounds play underneath the basket.
Because outside to LeBlanc. LeBlanc starts toward the middle, guarded by Gilbert. Now right side goes to Webster. Almost loses, retrieves now. Now to Baxter, John Bapst. Trailing by 5, 7-2. Webster now loops it over to LeBlanc, inside to Murray. Murray's there, puts it off the glass and in.
Good ball movement that time by John Bapst. That's the best ball movement they've had here in the first quarter. They go back to the weak side, and Peter Murray comes up with a layup. Spreading the floor now, Camden-Rockland.
3:46 in first quarter action, 7-4 to score. Cook way outside. Now Pat way out, now gives to Gilbert. Gilbert on his left, number 30. There's his first three. It's up, it's no good. Murray with a rebound.
Got to be careful here. Camden-Rockland can't shoot themselves out of the game. Too early to be taking those threes against this team.
And with that height, they're not going to get more than one. Now it goes to Webster. Webster fakes now, looking inside. He starts to go, turns. Gilbert's there with him, loops the pass out to Murray. Left side goes to LeBlanc. LeBlanc tries to get the baseline, can't get it. Now comes back outside, loops it into Rassy. Rassy is there, puts it up and in.
Good post pass, but a nice catch by Rassy. That was a difficult pass to handle, and he was able to get a hold of it and turn around and lay it in.
7-6 to score. John Bapst is down by 1 now. Matt Cook outside, 2:47 remains in first quarter action.
Coach Simbelik's made a defensive change. He's got Rassy now over on Nathan Gilbert, 30, and you've got Dorian LeBlanc over here in front of us on Geisler.
So now the 5-second count starts up, and the ball is passed over. So the player will watch the official, and the official will watch the player. Matt Cook outside. Webster after him now. Now it goes to Gilbert. Corner to Jamie Ware. Ware starts to move, bounces it back outside to Cook. Little ball fake, but Webster doesn't go for it as the clock ticks down. You don't want to get in a land war with this team. Cook still outside. Murray and Baxter are the men down on the blocks, and now Geisler goes down below, and Dorian LeBlanc is with him as Matt Cook starts down the middle, stripped by LeBlanc. LeBlanc brings it down. He'll slow it down. They'll work off for a shot.
And Webster got away with one on the reach in on Cook.
Pass comes to Webster on the right side. Foul line extended. He holds, looks now. Back out to Baxter. Got to spread out a little bit. Baxter starts to work to left and Cook. This is a problem with Matt. Matt comes unglued on some things like that. He's got to hold his composure. It's very early. And 131 was 7-6 score.
And I believe Coach Hart sensed that. And out goes Mr. Cook, and in comes number 34. That's Stan Wadowski.
He's a good man off the bench. Won't be any slack there. Nice pass to LeBlanc. LeBlanc turns, puts it up and off the glass and in.
Jamie Weir up a little too early, and LeBlanc was able to convert.
Wadowski with the ball. 1:20 left as John Bapst has the lead for the first time in the game, 8-7. Gilbert now to Wadowski. Wadowski comes over with it. As Rassi is guarding Gilbert. Nice move by Weir. Goes to Staples. He's a pretty good three shooter. This is up and off the top of the backboard and out of bounds.
Up and over, so it's John Bapst's ball. Good penetration that time, and they freed him up for the three-point shot, but they weren't able to convert it.
LeBlanc with the ball now. He's been their point guard all year. A very difficult job with Bob Simlick's offense. But Dorian has come to the task. Staples now tries to get the ball in. All alone as Rassi puts it up, misses it. Gets his own board, puts it back up and in.
Good hustle that time by Rassi. Mix up somewhere on defense by the Windjammers because Rassi ended up all alone for a layup.
10-7 the score. Now to Gilbert as we count down to 33 seconds. Gilbert with the ball. Staples goes to Geisler. Now he gives off inside to Gilbert. He loses the ball, picked up by the John Bapst Crusaders, and they'll go the other way.
Calling for one shot. Coaching staff of John Bapst.
Webster way out deep. He's in the middle. Baxter on the left. 11 seconds left. It goes to LeBlanc. LeBlanc starts down, pulls over his head, looking for help. Now to Rassi. Rassi's going to turn, puts it up. It's no good. Gets his board, puts it back up around, doesn't get the roll. And at the end of one complete, John Bapst leads Camden-Rockland 10-7. We'll be back with second quarter action right after this.
You're watching tournament basketball on Maine Public Television.
Getting ready for a second quarter action. John Bapst, the home team, #1 seed, 19-0 in the season. 10 points in the first quarter, and Camden-Rockland 14-3, the #4 seed, 7 points here in the first period of action. Not a bad start for the Camden-Rockland Windjammers, although towards the end of the quarter they were forced a little bit into some turnovers, and that hurt them.
Second quarter action as we start now. LeBlanc with the ball at John Bapst Crusaders. Off to Webster, now to Baxter, loops into Rassi. Rassi in traffic, puts it in. He's got a real nice touch right down low.
Very soft touch, and he does two things with it. He can either play it off the glass or he can play it straight in, and that time it was straight in.
So 12-7 now. John Bapst strikes first. As Geisler will go, he'll put it up. It's no good. Rebound strong by Mr. Webster, and that's what they're going to get. Is that one shot.
Got to be careful going into a shooting drought here against John Bapst because they'll just pull away very quickly.
As a backdoor, Baxter, nice pass to Rassi, and then the soft touch, he puts it in.
Nice play, LeBlanc to Baxter to Rassi for 2.
14-7, the Windjammers down by 7. Wadowski now to Jamie Weir. Off to Geisler. Geisler with LeBlanc on him. Moves to the foul line. Fakes it. Now an outside shot by Staples, and he rings the 3.
Got the 3. Good job by Staples. Nice ball movement by Camden-Rockland at that time. Freed up Staples on the wing.
LeBlanc dribbling the ball now against Staples. Goes for steal. Doesn't get it. Loop pass inside to Webster. A little piece of glass, and let's see if they're going to say that Camden-Rockland knocked it out of bounds. So we got a host of players coming in. Ben Lauker is number 22. And also in the game is number 44. That's John Conrad. Staples will and Wadowski will rest. Webster is fouled quickly by Conrad.
Pass that time by LeBlanc right across. Webster right at the high post.
It's almost like a trap, isn't it? You think you get the lead, and next thing you know, you look up and you don't have the lead. Very. Not only you'll see this height in quite a while down the stretch.
Great size.
Murray, another one of the 6'8" players, loosed it out of bounds. He hasn't really been heard from, but they adapt well. Bob Simlick coaches for all seasons. Anything you want to put out there against him, it's a challenge, and they've got the players this year to certainly challenge anybody. They're undefeated, 19-0. Conrad with the ball now. Goes off to Geisler. Geisler's going to work. Goes lane. Pops it up. No good. Rebound strong by Murray. So the one shot. He's getting a little frustrated.
Yeah, it's a little bump that time. He thought he got fouled.
LeBlanc with it. Dorian turns. Holds over his head. Now goes to Rassi. Rassi starts to move. Gets inside. Puts it in. He could have slammed it, but he just put it up over and in.
Good drop step move that time by Rassi to take it to the baseline.
16-10 the score. As Camden-Rockland will try to come in with some height, and Dale Landreth, who's the sophomore, he's 6'5". Conrad, Rassi on him. He's going to go. Nice move past Rassi. Misses the shot. Murray comes off the rebound. And LeBlanc will bring down, leading 16-10, John Bapst over Camden-Rockland. As we're in semifinal action here, Baxter goes to Webster. Webster looks. Now he's going to pass inside. They're going to call a foul. I believe this is going to be on Lauker.
John Bapst moving the ball much better as a team than what we've seen in the past from them. And I believe the reason for that is that they have so many threats. Rassi, of course, the big man inside, but Webster no slouch himself.
Landreth comes in to replace Geisler for Camden-Rockland. John Bapst the ball now. Webster with it. Outside to LeBlanc. LeBlanc wants to move now. He goes to right. The pass goes to Webster. Webster goes right to the foul line. He stops, takes the pop. It's no good. Rebound by Murray underneath. Frees himself. Knocked away by Landreth. And Landreth comes off the rebound and throws it away.
Nice effort by Landreth that time. Made his presence felt right away. First shift onto the game. And he makes a turnover, but that was a nice play defensively by the young man, number 50 there in the paint.
Got his hands right up now. You see his hands, big hands. As LeBlanc, Staples right there with him. John Bapst leading 16-10. 5:02 remains in first half action. Baxter, now to LeBlanc, takes it, gives to Murray. He turns back out to Baxter. Now he goes back to LeBlanc, inside to Webster, and doesn't even bring it down and puts it in.
Good catch and shoot by Mr. Webster.
Jim Stoneton. And Camden-Rockland wants timeout. So this is what happens to you. You are kind of trapped, baited, or whatever you want. They move the ball around. They give you one shot. The frustrations start to mount. And this is what happened to Bucksport. They just couldn't penetrate and get over the tall arms.
Camden-Rockland is really in a dilemma because they don't really know whether or not they want to take a good outside shot or they want to penetrate. With the penetration, it was very successful early, and Rassi picked up the 2 quick fouls, but they kind of stopped doing that and trying to take the outside shot, and that if they miss, that means one attempt. That's John Bapst is going to get the rebound and down the other end. There's Jeff Hart right there talking to his team. He's had to probably make some substitutions that he didn't want to make this early in the game as well, and he's got a few inexperienced players in there at this particular time. And to play against the John Bapst Crusaders, you need some experience.
So he still has Ben Lauker in the game, Landreth along with Conrad, as Cook and Staples remains in. The same 5 for the John Bapst Crusaders. You probably won't see many substitutes on the Bapst side. Laux is the first man off the bench for the Crusaders. Cook with it now. Ben Lauker. Lauker to Staples. Now back it goes to Lauker. Ben gets in. Ben puts it up. It's no good. Rebound tipped around, and they still get the one shot.
Dorian LeBlanc with the loose ball.
LeBlanc, very unsung hero of this team. He can sting you with the shots as well, but concentration is to get the ball down and look for the big men. Now they're going to call a 5-second violation.
5-second violation. Good job. That's one of the things that I think Jeff may have told his kids. Look, in order to stop the penetration pass, we either got to front Rassi or double team him in the low post, or we've got to put a lot more pressure on the ball. And that time they could put pressure on the ball and get the 5-second count.
Matt Cook to the foul line. Off to Lauker, back to Cook. Geisler will get ready to come back into Camden-Rockland. Staples way outside. He starts to move to his right. Now goes off to Cook. Cook down the middle. Now to Lauker. Lauker fakes. Lauker turns. Nice turn. To Conrad in the corner. Now Conrad's going to go. Puts it up. Whoa!
They got away with another one, I think.
That was a big one.
Kaboom.
LeBlanc turns now with the ball. Starts down to the foul line. Now loops it off to Murray. Murray with Conrad on him. Now to Webster. Got it by Ben Lauker. He skips it across to LeBlanc. LeBlanc tries to get the baseline, can't get it. Goes to Baxter. Now back to LeBlanc. Looks inside. Landreth, the sophomore, is right there with Rassi. Pass inside. There he is. The ball's knocked away. Or did he lose it himself?
Yeah,
He
he
did.
lost it off his knee. Trying to power dribble, and he got in the way. Really working hard, Landreth against Ken Rassi. That's a battle underneath the boards.
Well, Conrad did what he had to do. He went right to the heart of it and didn't come out a winner. As Staples now will check out, and coming back in as the big man, Geisler. Cook now to Lauker. Lauker fakes, has to go to the top. Now the right side. Now it goes to Geisler. Geisler outside, in and out, no good. Rassi with a rebound, and he's hammered. From both sides, take your choice. Looks like Conrad.
Number 44, John Conrad got him. One thing that's Camden-Rockland has stopped doing here in the second period, and I'm sure Jeff's going to talk to him about it at halftime, is they only have 2 people moving in their offensive flow. The other 3 guys are standing around. What that does for John Bapst, it puts him in a zone mode, so they don't have to go anywhere to guard a man and just stay right in the paint. So that takes away the penetration. So I'm sure Jeff will pick that up here in the second period.
The 93 look here at the Bangor Auditorium is no hair and no socks. Missed foul shot. Conrad comes off with it, drives a pass that is deflected by Baxter that goes up in the mezzanine.
That was a telegraph pass that time.
Nate Gilbert checks back in. Ben Lauko will check out. So you're correct. Just some people standing around and not getting in the flow.
This time we'll watch Landreth and we'll watch number 44, John Conrad. See, they're both there. Now they're moving out a little bit.
Landreth comes out. Cook tries to put one up, but Webster's there. Webster's got about a yard over him. As LeBlanc starts down with the ball right at the top. He's got the shot if he wants it, doesn't take it, goes to Baxter. Baxter looks in, moves to the right on Cook, hooks it back to Rassi. Rassi turns, now to LeBlanc, he fakes, and he's called for travel. He says no.
One too many steps there, Dorian. There's Sim saying, come on. He hates turnovers. Sim hates turnovers.
Camden-Rockland trails by 8, 18-10. 2:17 remains in the first half of the basketball here at the auditorium. Nice crowd on hand this evening for a Wednesday night game. Cook works, now goes inside to Geisler. Geisler's fall away. He's just missing. He can't put anything down, and it's frustrating to him.
Really gone cold in their shooting as Camden-Rockland only scored 3 points here.
Baxter with it, loops it inside to Murray. Murray fakes, puts it up. Nice rejection by Landreth. Tries to pass it back in. He's on the line.
Right, he steps on the line. Landreth can't even make his presence known. There's Jeff and Dave Cook on the bench.
Laux is coming back in. Coming back in, or starting to come in.
Right, coming in, Norman Laux.
Cook with it down the middle, stops. Landreth looks for someone in the corner. No one was there. Now it comes back to Cook. Cook to the right side, stops. Back out the side, he goes to Gilbert. Gilbert now to Conrad. Conrad with the ball goes to Geisler. Geisler stops, skips it way over to Cook. Cook starts to go right in the middle, puts it up off the glass. It's no good, and a player control.
Player control foul on Mr. Cook against Mr. Rassi. Mr. Rassi stepping in that time. Here it is, right here. Here comes Big Ken Rassi.
Bang.
Yeah, there's a collision, and it was a collision. 6'10" against 5'10".
Murray comes out. Laux will come in. Laux, number 12, is only a sophomore, 6 foot even. LeBlanc with the ball, 18-10. The score remains 1:10 remaining in first half action. Baxter loops it to Rassi of John Bapst. Down the middle to Laux, puts it up. It's no good. Rebound by Geisler. Geisler starts down with it. He's going to go right to the hole. He stops, puts it up, and they call him for traveling. So Mike has tried everything humanly possible to get a shot and get it in.
That's right, and there was Rassi in the paint again, intimidating Mr. Geisler.
Baxter with it. Geisler comes up on Baxter now. Baxter through the lanes, down behind the back, 18-10. 47 seconds left. Rassi inside, Lander kicks it away. Conrad picks it up for the Windjammers. He starts down and loses it out of bounds, and woo!
And punches the upright.
Moves it back 6 feet.
In frustration.
This is what John Bapst does to you. 18-10 with 34 seconds left in first half action. Baxter way outside to the right. And they're going to set up and kill some time here. Take the last shot. Webster will come out in the middle, guarded by Staples, and Baxter will stand there and hold it.
This is what they did at the end of the first period. They spread the floor with a 3-2 set, get it down to about 10 seconds, and take it to the basket.
12 seconds remaining. Baxter starts to move. Scoops it past Barassi. Finally comes up with it. He's way outside. Now he double pumps, puts it off the glass. Rebound by Laux is no good. Rassi's there and puts it in.
Good hustle
at the
that
end
time.
of one complete. We have a 20-10 score. And the Camden-Rockland team scored 3 points in that quarter, and John Bapst scored 10.
10 points.
Well, that'll save our voices for tomorrow, right?
They just went a little cold there in the second period, and they need to just up their offense a little bit and get a little bit more movement. And I'm sure Jeff will talk to them about that at halftime. But that was a nice play by Rassi on the follow on the weak side. Laux took the shot, couldn't convert it, and there was Rassi for the lay-in with 2 seconds left, and the clock runs out on Camden-Rockland. Beginning of the game, Cook, Staples, Gilbert, Weir, and Geisler, LeBlanc, Baxter, Murray, Rassi, and Webster.
And the matchups are just about the same. As Cook starts to penetrate, there's Gilbert's outside three, no good. Nice follow as Murray left and went down underneath and passing out of Staples to Matt Cook. Matt Cook at the foul line now, right in the middle, puts it up underhand, no good. Rebound taken off by LeBlanc.
Drew some contact that time from Rassi again.
20-10 the score as John Bapst leads by 10 points as we start the third period. Semi-final action in Class B. Murray outside. Now Rassi loops it into Webster. Picked off by Weir. Weir starts down with it. Going to drive. He passes it out, but let's say they're going to call a player control on him.
I believe so. I believe that's on Weir, Jamie Weir, number 42 for Camden. A little out of control. I think he had the right idea. He wanted to give it to Cook, but he took it in a little bit too deep on the penetration on that fast break. Picks up his second personal foul.
Bob Simblick thrown his hand onto his chin. LeBlanc, Staples still there with him. LeBlanc now inside, picked away. Weird. Pass goes down to Gilbert, and he is fouled. But Jamie a little bit slow in trying to, when the man broke, he didn't get it out and lost the step, and Baxter caught him.
Exactly, and nice foul by Baxter there because it's not a shooting foul. Got him before he was in the act.
So Weir will put it in play, inbound it, or try to inbound it, and the ball goes off Staples' knees and out of bounds.
When it rains, it pours. Poor Corey. Bad pass, though. That close to a player, you got to give him a chance to catch the ball.
As the Crusaders start to come down with it now, this is LeBlanc. LeBlanc turns, gives to Rassi. Rassi with Geisler on him. Pass, and Gilbert goes for it, and he takes Webster out, and the Camden-Rockland team will handle the ball.
Camden-Rockland getting their share of the turnovers here. They just got to be able to convert on the offensive end, which they haven't been able to do. Only 3 points in that second quarter.
Gilbert again with three, and he hits one.
Three, that was a big-time three.
Big-time three is right. He hit 4 of them the other night, so he laces one out. And that's what they need, is something to put a little fire in them. Rassi with it. Geisler there with him. Rassi turns into Baxter. Cook right there with him. LeBlanc is a nice strip by Staples. Takes the ball away from him.
Beautiful.
LeBlanc almost had a layup.
Beautiful defense that time.
Cook starts to come down with it. He stops outside of Staples, fakes the three, goes baseline, and the ball is kicked by LeBlanc.
See, they're kind of indecisive. That time there, Staples had the jump shot, but he saw a guy under the basket. But when you get him under the basket, Rassi comes into play.
Geisler, now it comes outside of Staples, fakes again, inside to Geisler. He turns off the glass. That's going to help Mike.
Nice move that time, and a good pass by Staples. Good decision-making that time by Mr. Geisler, going right up for the two.
So a trifecta and a double here. So 5 points they picked up. Rassi inside. Rassi turns. Rassi puts it up. Golden touch underneath, and he puts it in.
Tough move, though. Excellent move. Got the ball, fake back into the lane, drop step to the baseline, and then up high for the jump shot.
Cook comes down with a three. No good. Baxter with a rebound and fouling action.
Rassi, I believe, 52.
No, it's underneath. I think it's LeBlanc pushing off.
Good call, Joe. It was LeBlanc, number 22.
Rassi blocked us out. That's only the first. 5:30 left in third quarter action. 7-point difference. 5-2 in this quarter. Way outside to Staples. Corner goes to Jamie Weird. He's going to drive. He's going to put it up and in.
Good job by Jamie. They isolated this time. Good ball reversal all the way around the horn. Jamie Weir, and he goes in with a left-handed runner.
22-17 to score. LeBlanc now to Baxter. Lobs it into Rassi. Rassi's turns, puts it up and in.
That's a nice isolation move that John Bapst runs. They bring the ball to one side, bring it back, and then Rassi comes to the weak side to get open.
Outside now to Staples, is way out to the right side. Foul line extended now to Cook. Cook down the middle. Cook bounces to Weird. He fakes, puts it up over Rassi, doesn't get the roll. Tip comes off. Geisler chases it down, and there's some excitement there as LeBlanc picks. It's like a football game.
Tough call right there. Tough call on Camden. Going for the loose ball and lost his balance, but knocked the feet under the John Bapst play, and you have to call a foul.
Dorian LeBlanc helped Geisler up, who was on the floor. LeBlanc takes the inbounds pass, turns, gives it back to Baxter. Baxter starts down with it, stops at the foul line, loops it inside. Weird comes off it, intended for Webster, and Camden-Rockland goes back the other way.
John Bapst a little careless with the ball here.
Goes to Jamie Weir, guarded by Rassi. Camden-Rockland trailing by 7. Weir puts it up, no good. And Murray's there to get the rebound.
Tough in the land of the Giants here, Jamie. Got to penetrate and pitch it back out.
Jeff Hart looks on. Pass goes to Baxter. Baxter holds over the head. Now starts to move with it to the right side, loops it inside. There's Webster, puts his man in the air, puts it up, it's no good. Murray follows and puts it in.
Good follow by Murray, Peter Murray that time. Good play by Geisler.
Just when you think you're there, they pull out a little bit. Now it goes to Jamie Weird, who's on the left baseline. Goes back to Matt Cook. Matt's going to turn, go right toward the glass, and he picks up the foul against Rassi, and that's his third.
That's his third foul. Nice drive that time by Matt Cook. Saw the opening. Really, he's going to get 2 foul shots. It's Kenny Rassi, number 52 for John Bapst. See if Bob leaves him in the game. 3:44 left here in the third period. Bob's throwing up his hands. What am I going to do? Going to leave him in or take him out? And
buy him lunch.
Here he comes right here. There's the move across, and there's the brush and the foul.
Foul shot is missed. 26-17 the score. 3:44 in third quarter action. Matt Cook. Every point is important now. The foul shot is up. It's no good. Weir comes off with the rebound. Now he turns, gets out of the baseline, comes back to Cook. Cook starts in, bounce pass inside of Geisler. Geisler's got some shot people on him this time. No good. Rebound by Murray on that right side.
They have to work so hard for that shot. I think his strength has been sapped, and he's a little bit tired. But
LeBlanc with Staples right there with him, still turning. Now goes to Baxter, ball's deflected away. Body's on the floor, and they're going to call a jump ball, and the arrow goes to John Bapst.
John Bapst gets the arrow. We've got number 50, the big guy for Camden-Rockland coming back in the deal, Daniel Landreth, 6'5" sophomore.
Now you got some more height in for him, and they didn't have Geisler and Landreth in before. Now they do. We'll see what they can do. Webster, long loop, goes to LeBlanc, who's down low on Staples. He lets it go back outside to Webster. Inside to Rassi. Rassi turns in a lot of crowd, and he turns and he calls for traveling. You know, one thing you have to admire about John Bapst more than anything, they make mistakes or they get bumped hard. They don't seem to come out frustrated with it.
No,
they keep their composure and go back down the other end and play defense.
Very, very even-tempered. I've noticed that about them.
Gilbert outside. Staples down the corner to Geisler. Mike gets it to Weir. Weir starts to move, puts up the pop. It's no good. Rassi rips the rebound. And John Bapst will go down the other way with 2:38 remaining in third quarter action. 26-17 wherever you are. Hope that Maine Public Television is bringing some excitement in your life this week at least, as it is in ours. LeBlanc at the foul line. Pulls over his head. Now he turns, goes to Baxter. Back to the right side, stats down. They're going to call a foul on Gilbert.
Foul on Gilbert. Nice move by Baxter. Really working hard on offense. That's the third team foul on Camden-Rockland, so they'll get the ball underneath the basket. I believe John Bapst called a timeout. 26-17 here with 2:19 left to go in the second period. Bob Simbalek saw something that he did not like and called timeout. How about these games on Maine Public Television? Are you enjoying them? It's a great high school basketball tournament. Please let us know. Drop us a card, send us a note, send it to basketball. Maine Public Television, 1450 Lisbon Street, Lewiston, Maine, 04240. We thank you for your support. I like this place.
Lewiston, you can't beat that.
The old Burger King commercial. I like this place.
Well, it seems like when Camden-Rockland gets a little spurt, then John Bapst comes back with their spurt.
They answer very, very well. They've got the size and they've got the composure. And for Camden-Rockland, it's an uphill battle all the way.
So with 2:19 left in the third period and 8:19, or I should say 10:19 left in the game, they have got an uphill battle. Baxter puts it in play, goes to LeBlanc. LeBlanc turns two people on him. Now to Baxter. Baxter has the ball knocked away by Geisler, goes out of bounds.
Good play by Geisler. Working defense is still in the zone. They went in the zone when the ball went out of bounds, and they're staying in the zone.
And that pass goes to Webster, who was way outside.
Bob Simbalek seeing that, brings the ball out, forces him into man-to-man.
As they move the ball around. Jeff Hart is signaling.
Man-to-man, and here they come.
Pick him up. One man is open, and finally Gilbert goes out to challenge.
Now John Bapst will run in their offense.
Baxter starts to move to the right side. He's being bumped, and the ball is knocked away, and so is now camera lady.
Baxter a little out of control. Geisler with a nice block that time. I think if Geisler had let him go, he might have gone right out of bounds with the ball.
No, he would have hit our camera lady. Murray inside, the ball deflected away, gets it back, puts it in.
Gets the tip and the deflection. Peter Murray turns around and lays it in.
28-17, 11-point lead, 1:29 left. Gilbert out deep. Staples now to Weir. Weir's got Geisler underneath, but he won't give him the ball. Now he kind of walks off and like dejected. I've got a shot of man on me. Give me the ball. Staples.
He missed him again.
And
there's a turnover.
Gilbert with a turnover.
Still a lot of standing around by the Camden-Rockland offense. I know what he's trying to do, but he's got to get some more movement. Just making it into a zone for John Bapst.
Baxter, Gilbert on him, and he's fouling.
A little frustrated now, Camden-Rockland. They're
Mike is frustrated if no one else is. Geisler just can't seem to get the ball when he wants it, and he's got to play defense against the guard, so to speak. As Conrad checks back in, Matt Cook checks in, Geisler checks out along with Jamie Weir. And they've got to get something going here. They're down by 11 with 58 seconds left in the third quarter action. Game going very quickly. In the middle, it goes to Webster, and he puts it in.
Nice out-of-bounds play by John Bapst.
When you're that far open, you shouldn't miss, right?
John Bapst just makes you play so hard, and then when you get in offense, the offensive end, the fatigue factor comes through.
Staples way outside, now to Cook. Cook starts Pat Way, now to Gilbert. Outside three is no good. Rebound long right. Landreth tries to save, throws it back in, but he goes out of bounds with it.
Right, and generally with the long three-point shots, you get long rebounds. And with Camden-Rockland not connecting on the threes, there are plenty of rebounds.
Murray comes up at center court to pick it off. Baxter gets it back. 30 seconds left. 30-17 the score. And this is what happens. They just weigh you down. LeBlanc comes down with it, stops in the paint. Ball knocked away.
LeBlanc saying, hey, what happened here?
Staples with it now. Off to Cook. Cook outside. Murray is there with him. Staples starts to fake, starts to drive, goes right inside. Player control on Staples as Rassi stood his ground.
Right, if they're going to do that, I think what they've got to look for is to stop and take the jump shot. Because Rassi's done that all game. He's tried to step in front and draw the player control foul.
6 seconds left. Goes to LeBlanc. 30-17. Stops back to Baxter. He sends up a running right-hander. No good. Rassi there. Puts it up, and they're going to call a fourth foul on Rassi.
Fourth foul on Rassi with no time left.
No time.
No time left on the clock.
Well, at the end of 3 complete, 30-17, John Bapst over Camden-Rockland. We'll be back with fourth quarter action right after this.
You're watching tournament basketball on Maine Public Television.
Replay.
Well, at the end of one period, John Bapst led 10-7. They led 20-10 at the end of two rather. And the end of 3, they lead 30-17.
And I thought I saw Norman Laux report in at the period break. Yes, I did, and he's in for Ken Rassi, who picked up his fourth foul there right at the buzzer. The end of the third period.
But they still have Murray in there along with Webster and Dorian LeBlanc for their rebounding. So you really don't give that much away when you take Rassi out. There's still a good rebounders there and good defensive players. Laux will challenge Matt Cook now as the final 8 minutes. Staples downtown 3, no good. Rebound tip. Conrad comes up with it. He starts back in the paint, puts it up, and draws the foul from Webster.
Webster saying what? Me? I think Webster got away with one before that foul. Camden-Rockland with the ball under the basket. Number 30, Nathan Gilbert, triggers the inbounds pass.
Gilbert with the outside 3, he hits it. So he's got a pair now of threes.
Right, and they're back to 10. So whittle away here, guys.
LeBlanc with it now. LeBlanc stops. To Baxter. Baxter holds over his head to Laux. Loops it inside, and they're going to call a foul on Gilbert.
Gilbert and Webster really going at each other, and Webster has moved into Rassi's position down on the low block, calling for the ball right away on the first possession by John Bapst with Rassi on the bench.
Geisler comes back in, and Landreth checks out. Geisler will be matched up against Murray as he plays defense on him. Laux turns, stops. Back to Baxter, Baxter shot is no good. Rebound taken off by Staples of Camden-Rockland. Off to Cook, leads Gilbert. Back to Cook on the right and the middle rather. He moves to the left in the dribble. Still dribbling, looks inside, goes to Geisler, and Geisler's fouled by Murray.
Nice post-up move that time by Geisler. Bob Cymbalek up, talking to his players.
From his chair.
Yes, talking to his players, saying, Peter, what are you doing reaching over for that kind of a foul?
7:10 remains in the fourth period of action. 30-20 the score. Pass comes into Cook. Back to Gilbert. He's going to take the 3. It's no good.
Same players
by Murray.
Excuse me, same players before in the out of bounds.
They want him to slow it down now. What else is new? LeBlanc starts down with it, goes all the way in, and they're going to call a foul on Staples.
Blank, nice penetration. Very good discipline with the ball. Very good ball control. Going into the lane. 16 fouls apiece. Here he comes. There's Dorian right there. And there's the foul. Was he in the act? I guess he called him in the act. He's going to give him 2.
Well, it'll at least be 1-on-1. They're in the penalty now.
Okay, they are in the penalty. Excuse me.
1-on-1. Make the first, you get the second. Yes. 31-20.
Always a strong foul shooting team, the Crusaders.
So
if their history.
Bapst survives, which it appears they will, then they'll go against Rockland Friday night. A repeat from last year. 32-20. 12-point difference now with 6:48 remaining in the game. And a foul is going to be called on Dorian LeBlanc.
Now 17 fouls on each team. Both will be shooting 1-on-1. Guys will go into the line for the 1-on-1. LeBlanc is second foul. Excuse me, Joe.
Geisler really not used to this output for himself because he's usually up in the 20s, but he's been frustrated with a lot of height, and he hasn't played against that height all year.
And Landreth comes back into the game for John Conrad going out.
Ben Lauko will check in, and let's see who's going to come in for. Nat Gilbert will take off and to go to the sidelines. 32-20 the score as Geisler has a chance now to cut back to a 10-point difference. See if he can sink it. It's up. It's good.
Around the rim and in.
Well,
He's calling the defense.
only a junior, so he'll be back next year. The foul shot is good. So they cut it back to 10 with 6:46 remains in this contest. LeBlanc with the ball in the backcourt. Staples with him. That's the picture we've seen for 4 quarters now. Dorian with the ball. Now it goes to Laux. Back to LeBlanc. Puts it on the floor, dribbles it. Now it goes to Laux. Lauker after him. How about Laux and Lauker?
Laux and Lauker, that's a mouthful, Joe. And the foul is in Lauker, on Lauker. Laux going to the line for 1-on-1. Norman Laux, 6-foot sophomore. Here it is, right here. There's Norman with the ball. Big high dribble. Looking inside. And the foul.
Shot is good. Bob Simblick School of Design of how to shoot foul shots. And most of his players do not even bounce the ball. They hold the ball in a deep knee bend and then push it up. Conrad checks back in and Landreth checks out. So Norman on for his second shot. It's up and it's good.
He's got 2 foul shots.
34-22, so they're back to 12 with 6:25 remaining. Cook with the ball. Laux is on him. He's way outside. Now it goes to Geisler. Geisler's going to drive. He's going to split, put it up. It's no good. Kicks it in.
Nice follow that time by Mike Geisler.
34-24. If he can heat up, which he has to do, they can get back in this thing fast. He's an excellent shooter. Staples now with LeBlanc. Lead pass goes to Webster. A little bit too high. Goes out of bounds.
Right, forced it. Look at Bob Simblick. He's saying, there's Bob right there. He's telling Dorian, don't force it in there.
LeBlanc and Webster kind of pleading each other's case to one another.
Roger Shaw sees a wet spot underneath the hoop.
Or is that drippings from above?
Could be. It's a 10-point game. Neat little run here.
5:63 on the clock to our left. 5:51 to our right. Inside to Geisler. He's going to work. Geisler's fall away. It's no good. Can't get the roll. Inside tip. Goes back out to Staples. Staples stops. Looks around. He fakes the 3. Now gives to Conrad. Conrad in the baseline. Inside to Geisler. Through traffic. Puts it up and no good and gets the foul.
Nice drop step by Geisler that time. Didn't think he had much room on the baseline, but he just was able to get by number 22, Dorian LeBlanc, and Dorian picks up his 3rd personal foul.
When Mike gets down low like that, he is going to get a shot off regardless.
He's become a lot more active in the offense here in the 4th period than he was earlier.
The foul is on Dorian LeBlanc. That's his 3rd. We're in the 1-on-1 situation on both sides. This is a 2-shot foul for Geisler. Mike's shot is up and he misses a pair. Laux comes off with a rebound.
Can't get it under 10.
No. Staples staying with him. LeBlanc still in the dribble. Geisler comes out to double team. Now to Laux. One man is open. Nope. They pick him up underneath. Now
there's the double
Geisler
again.
Foul.
There's a double team. What they did was they tried to get Dorian LeBlanc to turn his back to the offense, which he did, and then Geisler ran at him, but fouled him, and he's going to the line for 1-on-1.
And Geisler picked up his 4th foul, and he's coming out.
Interesting substitution by Jeff Hart. Brings Gilbert back in, number 30, Nathan Gilbert. There's Dorian.
Foul shot is up and good. And this is the other pad that John Bapst gives you. They'll hold the ball and you foul them, and then you pay for it dearly on the foul line.
Another piece of the package, Joe, in this whole system that he has.
Foul shot is up and good, so Dorian's hit 4 in a row. And he's the main man that handles the ball, so you got to watch out when you foul him.
So there's a 2-shot miss by Geisler, 2 foul shots by Bapst, 4-point swing.
Cook with it now. Laux guarding him. Now he starts toward the middle. Has Gilbert. Gilbert at the top. Now to Cook. Cook stops back to Gilbert. Gilbert's outside 3 is no good. Rebound by LeBlanc. And Dorian will bring down.
Playing a real fine game during LeBlanc. Got to bring the ball down, rebounding from the guard position.
And drawing a foul going back to the line. So he's hit 4 in a row, and he'll be on the line for 2 more. And it's 36-24, and that's what they do to you. You think you look up at this clock and you say 36-24. We're in the second quarter, huh? Sorry, you're in the fourth quarter and you're out of it.
And Rassi has not played here in the fourth quarter, so John Bapst holding their own with this team in there with Norman Laux, the sophomore.
Foul shot is up. Whoa, jinxed him. He misses one. And they start down the other way. Camden-Rockland with not much time on the clock, trailing by 12, 36-24. Cook now goes to Staples. Staples starts in the middle. The ball's deflected away. Laux picks it up. Laux starts on the drive, slows it down. Now to Webster, deflected away by Gilbert. Loop pass half-heartedly. And finally, Conrad goes after it. He falls back, gives to Ben Lauker. He pops it up and in.
Oh, nice play.
Good play by Conrad.
Maybe that's what they need. They're trying to call a timeout, but too late. Bapst get the ball in quickly.
10-point difference. Cook comes up to help out the double, but now Baxter has the ball. Baxter works to the right side. Baxter's going to go right to the glass, up and in. Just when you don't expect it.
You can't make that mistake. You reach from behind, try to flick the ball. Gave Baxter the open lane for the layup.
38-26. Geisler will check back in. Gilbert outside 3. Yes.
He makes it.
They want timeout. They finally get it.
They get it this time. They get it this time.
38-28 here in the fourth period.
3:39 left, and I'm sure we'll see a little bit of pressure full court by Camden-Rockland Windjammers. They haven't showed that all game. They've just playing a tough half-court man-to-man and running the backside with a jump, and Rassi's coming back into the game as he reports back in for John Bapst as we go down the stretch. Only 3:39, so he was out of there at least half the period. He's coming back for the stretch drive for John Bapst.
Well, we start the matchups for Rockland, Camden-Rockland. Camden-Rockland, or Bapst. John Bapst, undefeated to this point. They've got a destiny with Rockland because of their 31-17 lead at halftime. They lost. They lost to the Rockland Tigers, so they've waited all year for this.
Yes, they have. But Camden-Rockland still has 3:39 on that clock. And they're not out of it yet. There's no quitting those kids.
Ring, believe me.
There's no quitting those kids, and they've got it under 10.
38-29. And the loop comes into Rassi, who's going to play with 4 fouls on him now.
There's a full court pressure by Camden. Here's the run.
Goes to Baxter. Baxter turns now, looks for help, goes to Murray, deflected away, but he picks it up. LeBlanc with it now, starts to the left side, looks for help. Now he goes to Baxter. Baxter inside, goes to Rassi. Rassi back outside to Webster. Webster, Murray, both kind of quiet this evening. Nice pass inside, and Conrad hammers LeBlanc. He wants an intentional.
Dorian says, give me the intentional. He's got the crossed arms already up for official Mike Cody, but Mike Cody's going to give him 2 shots. Unintentional foul. Nice loop pass that time from the corner into Dorian LeBlanc. Good passing by the Crusaders.
38-29, 3:06 remains in the contest. LeBlanc's foul shot is up and good. He missed the last time he was at the line. Now he hits this time. Bob Simlick, along with George Phelps. Second shot is up. This one's no good. Rassi with the rebound, puts it back to LeBlanc. They're not going anywhere. They want to run some clock now. Rassi with it, turns, now goes to Baxter in the corner, inside to LeBlanc, and Staples is fouling him. And Conrad, he looks like he's a little frustrated with everybody.
Staples really hustling down on the baseline, just could not get around LeBlanc. LeBlanc is everywhere tonight. What a game he's played.
And he did also against the Bucks. The foul shot is up, and I don't mean Buckfield.
That's right. Who said that, Joe? The Golden Bucks.
The Golden Bucks from Buckfield. Foul shot by LeBlanc now is put up and gets the roll and puts it in. So it's 41-29.
Starting to pull away now, the Crusaders. Now they're in the big zone. Look at this big 1-3-1 zone they got down the stretch to prevent the threes.
Geisler gets a rebound and Staples miss. He turns, the fall away is no good. Rebound by Webster. Webster is hammered, still controls the ball. It goes to LeBlanc, double team, goes to Baxter, who's alone. Baxter partway down, foul line extended to the left side. Now it goes to LeBlanc, holds over his head, Cook's there with him. He turns in traffic, gives to Rassi, who's outside. He's out the elbow right side. Now it goes to Webster. They'll start to work the clock. Now it goes to Rassi. Rassi holds over his head, looks, waits for LeBlanc. LeBlanc's there, Cook inside his shirt. Now he moves to the left side, holds over his head. Inside to Rassi in traffic. Ball deflected away and comes up with a Camden-Rockland team, and they'll go down the other end.
But they took about 30 seconds off the clock in that exchange.
Back to Cook. Now bounce pass goes to Staples, left side baseline, no good. Rebound by Conrad. Conrad, now the pass goes inside to Geisler, and Geisler puts it in.
Nice move that time by timeout called by Camden-Rockland. Bob Cymbalek, interestingly enough, went into the 1-3-1 zone, I believe, to stop the three-point shooting of Camden. But what's happened is it's opened up the inside, and Geisler was able to get that penetration dribble and the lay-in to make it 10 again, 41-31. There's Jeff Hart getting ready for the stretch drive. 1:51 left.
Jeff talking over with the troops now.
And we understand that Camden-Rockland has no more timeouts left, so that's another disadvantage for them. And John Bapst has the possession arrow in their favor. 10-point lead, 41-31 here at the auditorium. Semi-final action, boys, Class B. Looking for a finalist to go up against Rockland Friday night. See the pressure. Let's watch the pressure of Camden-Rockland going right after him.
Landreth stays, comes in the game. So they're going to put up zone here.
Little zone pressure,
1-2-2. Full court. LeBlanc now loops the pass, goes to Rassi, to Webster. LeBlanc, Murray in the game now. Webster back outside to Baxter. They'll work the clock. 1:35 remaining. Dorian LeBlanc. Webster right side, Baxter inside Rassi. Rassi gets a foul on Landreth, and he'll go to the line for 1-on-1.
Good ball movement. Good ball movement that time by Bapst as they reversed the ball to this side, and Rassi came across the lane onto the low block, received the pass, and was fouled. 1-on-1.
Here it is.
Here it is, right here. Here comes Rassi in the picture, and there's the foul by Landreth.
Foul shot is good.
The big man has improved, Mr. Rassi.
You don't have to like the philosophy of the John Bapst winning ways, but you have to admire it. They've taken all the tasks this year and gone against it and come up winners. No one's beat them as yet.
And you have to respect it.
And you got another game remaining. 43-31. Now Cook. Cook works the left side, bounces inside to Landreth. Landreth stops, has the ball stripped away by LeBlanc. LeBlanc on his knee to Rassi. Back to LeBlanc. Dorian has played 2 excellent ball games in this tournament.
Very solid player. Number 22 right there with the basketball.
And you have to look at all tourney selections, and I say you've got to match him down here, not what they've done in the season. He has done an excellent job. He rebounds well, he handles the ball well. It was a job probably he didn't want, the point guard.
And he inherited it.
Right.
But he has done really well with that particular job.
So Webster will find himself on the foul line by himself as the John Bapst Crusaders move back with 1-on-1 left. And it's all, Steve Red gets the rebound. Foul shot is up, it's no good.
Geisler
comes off with it to Cook. Cook starts down with it with 50 outside, long, and Landreth is knocking Rassi down. Rassi gets back up quickly.
Yeah, that was a shot by Cook from out of his range, and the ball was shot of the basket, and Landreth went for the rebound, collided into Rassi, and committed the foul.
And coming in is Louts, and leaving is Murray. So Rassi now will be in the same position that Webster was last time. He'll be on the line by himself. with a 1-on-1 situation. 43-31 the score. John Bapst leading, and that's 44-31.
This is what you like in a big man if you're a coach. A big man that can shoot foul shots. You know they're going to get fouled.
He's improved steadily the last 3 years. The foul shot is up, and I don't think he's gained his colleges yet, but Grassy has worked hard to be where he is right now, and just an outstanding basketball player. Outside shot, long by Nat Gilbert. A little bit out of his range, I'd say, that time. Here comes LeBlanc again.
That was an NBA three, I think.
Webster with it. Now it goes to Baxter. Baxter turns, puts it inside. Picked up by LeBlanc. LeBlanc stops. Inside to Laux. Laux fakes, puts it up, and Landreth makes him pay for it, but draws the foul.
Nice play, nice head and ball fake by Norman Laux. 6-foot sophomore for John Bapst, right there, number 12. Coming into your picture to shoot the foul shot.
And he'll get 2 as the John Bapst fans start steadily to move out. As now they find themselves the 2nd straight years in the finals with an undefeated record. And the tallest team probably on earth right now.
Yeah, the tallest team I've seen around this year.
Laux, the deep knee bend, puts it up, and it's good. And a timeout being called by John Bapst, and he's going to put some subs in.
Right, he called that timeout so that he could make some substitutions, not to rub it in to the Camden-Rockland Windjammers. He wants some people to get in the game. Going to take some of his starters out of the basketball game. So with 24 seconds left, 47-31, John Bapst Crusaders on to the finals against Rockland. And so is Jeff Hart. We got some subs coming in for Camden-Rockland. Number 52 for Camden-Rockland, Ian McKenzie. Number 32 is Matthew Clark. And number 20 is Eric Harper, 5'10" junior. And for Bapst, got number 42 coming in. For John Bapst, that's David Jerzek. And number 24 is Ryan Thomas. Number 40 is Tony Staffier, 5'10".
And we'll see what they'll do for the last 24 seconds. John Bapst won this game handily. The other player that impressed the other press media the night was 44 Shannon Hall.
And Shannon's in there as well.
6'2". As Camden-Rockland, Ben Zlauker will take a long shot, no good. Tipped around and tipped out and missed. Landreth is there for the rebound and puts it up. Shot was taken by Eric Harper. As the Crusaders come back with it. With 5 seconds remaining, Staffieri with a shot, partially deflected. Put up, no good. Landreth's last shot of the game falls a little bit short, and it goes the final 47-33. And Camden-Rockland got off the blocks quickly in the first quarter and then melted after that. It was just
I think
frustrated game.
The John Bapst Crusaders, a very talented team, well coached, well schooled, good basketball.